Maybe we should build a ship. That's a great idea. Yes, it will be the biggest moving object ever built. So they started to build the largest ship ever known. So the owners were very happy. It was called the unsinkable ship. They named it the Titanic. The ship was 4 city blocks long. It was over 53 meters tall. The people who built the Titanic made it beautiful as well as big. The inside of the ship was very luxurious. The Titanic was called unsinkable. Maybe that's why the owners ignored something very important. There were not enough lifeboats for all the passengers. That was a tragic mistake. The Titanic left Southampton, England on the 10th of April 1912. The ship was on its way to America. This was its first trip across the Atlantic. The passengers were very excited to be heading on such an exciting journey. Bye! Bye! Bye, Bye Mom. There were 2,228 people on board of the Titanic. 337 in first class, 285 second class, 721 third class, and 885 crew members. The infamous ship set sail on April 10, 1912 under command of Captain Edward John Smith. They left Southampton and set sail across the Atlantic. Everyone was enjoying the trip on board the beautiful ship.
This is a lovely trip. Are you enjoying it?
Yes. Oh, yes, I am. 4 days after leaving England, the Titanic was speeding through the North Atlantic. There were reports from other ships that there were a lot of ice nearby. Ring, ring. Hi, Captain Smith. I'm just ahead of you and there's a lot of ice. You need to be careful. Ignoring this advice, Captain Smith kept the Titanic moving at full speed. He wanted to set a new record for crossing the Atlantic. The owners hoped that it would be good for business. Full speed ahead! So they continued at full speed across the Atlantic. One of the crew was high up in the ship's crow's nest. His job was to watch out for ice. At 11:40 at night, on the 14th of April 1912, he saw something terrifying. A huge iceberg was in front of the ship. He rang the warning bell 3 times. The person steering the ship reacted right away. He tried to avoid the iceberg. However, it's not easy to turn a huge ship quickly. For more than 30 seconds, nothing happened. It looked as though the Titanic would hit the iceberg head on. Then the Titanic started to turn away from the iceberg, but it was too little too late. The Titanic bumped into the iceberg. The sharp ice scraped against the Titanic. Water poured into the ship. Captain Smith used the radio to call for help. Another ocean liner answered right away. The Carpathia was more than 95 kilometers away. Captain Smith knew it would take the Carpathia 4 hours travelling at its top speed to reach the sinking Titanic. He knew the Titanic would be underwater by then. He also knew there was only enough room in the lifeboats for about half the people on board.